Hey guys, Kurt from Time Machine Transport and Right Turn Clyde, just over in Barstow, California. So this week's adventure, so far been out a little longer than a little over a month. Going on 5 weeks. And that's my typical time. I like to go out for a month, 5 6 weeks or whatever. Ooh, man, you got nasty gas, dude. My God. Um, this dude's got unbelievable gas for a little ass dude. Yeah, shameful. Anyways, so I was over in Parowan, Utah. I picked up a load going to from Athol, 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 Idaho, over down to Phoenix, and it was a load of lumber. So I picked that up last Friday for a delivery in Phoenix, Arizona at a Home Depot distributing center yesterday, Monday, at 4:45 in the morning. And there's no parking there, so, which is crazy. But anyways, so I had my ELD unplugged, as you can see it up there. But then I plugged it in. I'll show you guys. Anyways, because I had a fake a restart. I try not to do restarts. What you doing, Bubba? You trying to get comfortable? Sorry. There you go. You good boy. Like doggy daycare in here, man. Got his own little fan and shit. So, anyways, just waiting for Jose so I could pay him. I spent the night here in Barstow. They finished my truck last night late. But anyways, I'll tell you what happened. And then we'll get to the subject of the video. But I like to keep you guys posted, man, on where I'm going, what I'm doing, right? Around the country. You guys don't need to look at face. How about we look over there at the Love's Truck Stop? This is actually a really... Jose's shop here, right in Barstow, California, is a very big area. It's huge. Anyways, I like to come here because Jose treats me very well. And I can park in his lot overnight, which is nice. And I don't have to be, I prefer to be around other trucks, or be away from other trucks. So anyways, so Friday, I leave at late afternoon out of Idaho. Got my shit unplugged because I already have, when you're in trucking, you need to, like I always say, if it ain't turning, you ain't earning. So I know where I'm delivering to, and other trucks know where they're delivering to. So what you do is, like, I knew, for instance, I was delivering in Phoenix, Arizona at 4:45 Monday morning. So on Thursday, like the Thursday prior, not the next Thursday, but the past Thursday, before I got to Phoenix, obviously, I went on load board and looked for a load out of Phoenix, or about a 350-mile radius from Phoenix, because Phoenix is a dead area. There ain't shit going out of Phoenix. So I found one going out of Fontana, California, a load of racking. You see that? Anyways, going over to Huntley, Montana. So, I booked that for a Monday pickup yesterday. So I knew that I didn't have enough hours on my 70, and it's a kind of unless you're in trucking, you know what your 70 is, or your 34, or whatever the case is. Just like if you're a corporate exec, you know what a fucking pie wheel is. I don't know. So, anyways, beautiful day here in Barstow, man. Beautiful morning. So, anyways, so I knew I didn't have enough hours. What you doing, Bubba? Oh, look at little guy. To tell you what happened to him yesterday, I think he swallowed a fucking big ass rock. So we had rock training 101 this morning when I walked him. No, he didn't get pelted with rocks, but he ain't picking up rocks no more. Anyways, well, not when I'm around. But anyways, so I knew I didn't have enough on my 70 to pick this load up and deliver tomorrow, Wednesday. It's now Tuesday, and I could deliver tomorrow, and I'm in Barstow, California. Like 1,100 miles, I think, up to Huntley. So anyways, but I'll tell you why I haven't left yet. So, I knew I didn't have enough on my 70, so and I knew that I was leaving Friday from Friday late afternoon, like 4 o'clock out of Huntley, or out of Athol, Idaho. So there's no way, because when you do a restart, you got to stay where you shut down. When your week starts at 70 hours, and every day your work day comes off of your 70. So you automatically start with 70, and every day ticks off. When you get close to zero, wherever you're at, you have to do a mandatory 34-hour restart. You have to stay where you are for 34 hours. You cannot move that truck. So when I ran papers, and when I also am on the ELD, I do rolling restarts. I don't like to sit. Whatever. Wink, wink. So anyways, so I know I cannot pick up and I can't deliver at 4:45 Monday morning at the Home Depot Distributing Center and catch a 34-hour restart in that time. So I have to push my ELD back, and I won't get into that. It's not pertinent to the video. So I have to unplug my ELD, and I'm rolling. Well, I had already known that I was having a problem with my AC. And when I was over at a rest area in Idaho, an old timer came up in his camper, parked at this rest area. He and I got to chatting with the dogs. He said he just came from Phoenix. It was 98 degrees. I'm like, oh, fuck. My big ass needs AC. So anyways, I'm like, shit. So anyways, the truck, my temperature gauge here, literally staying at 200 degrees plus. And little guy, Mr. Clyde, is out of his mind, man. And I'm out of my mind because my big ass is hot. But this hasn't been my first rodeo without AC on the road. But for him, it's pretty devastating. So he's panting, he's uncomfortable. I got the fans out, blah, blah, blah. And it's not. And this truck is freaking hot. I mean, water boils at, 214-ish degrees, and this thing's running like 210-ish right in there. So I know it's got to be a thermostat issue. So I stop in Salt Lake City, Utah, and I buy I don't know about other trucks, but my truck takes 2 thermostats. So I buy 2 thermostats, an AC plug, because I assumed that my AC wasn't working because of the plug. The guy who wired it the first time hardwired it and he didn't have a plug, and I needed AC, so I said, just do it. So anyways, so I needed a plug for that. I assumed that was the reason why my AC wasn't working. So I called the Sapp Brothers over in Salt Lake City. They don't have a mechanic until Sunday at 2 o'clock to do it. So I said, nah. So there's a TA in Parowan, Utah on I-15 that I normally stop at, and I never catch fuel there, but I catch coffee and go to sleep. So, and they got a service center there. So I go in there. Guy's name is Jeff. Super, 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 super great guy. So I get in there Saturday night. So now I go from Athol, Idaho, leave late 4 o'clock-ish, and I'm in Parowan, Utah, about 80 miles from the Arizona border. Anyway, so and there's like an area there where it goes Utah into Arizona, into Nevada, like by Mesquite, Nevada, and then you go through Vegas and then into California, or you go into Arizona. So anyways, so the guy starts looking at the truck. He's like, I can't do a thermostat. I only have like 2 hours left on my shift or whatever, but I'll be in tomorrow, talking about Sunday morning, last Sunday. So he goes ahead and I say, hey, right on, man. He's the AC tech. So I'm like, he wires the plug up in the shop. He says he'll be in at 9 o'clock. So he gets in at 9. By the time they get my truck in the shop, they comp me a shower and everything. I think they end up getting the truck in the shop like 10:30 Sunday morning. Now I gotta fit a 34-hour restart in there, right? So I gotta stay where I'm at for 34 hours. So I made it happen. I could show you guys if you guys leave a comment in your trucker and you're like, how the hell did you do that? I'll show you my ELD. Anyways, so the next Sunday they're working on the truck or whatever, and the guy tells me, because my truck's old, it's a 2000 Century class or 2001 Century class, but I love it. It's my baby. So the guy says your AC, the line that goes from the condenser to your, I don't think it was the pump. Anyways, whatever, to your holding tank or something. That when I had the turbo issue, the turbo shook and it must have wore a hole through the line. He's like, we don't have the line. Vegas Freightliner, and then they wanted to get a courier out of Vegas or Salt Lake, which was going to cost me another $400. So I was like, hey, I need AC, man. I guess we're going to have to do it. So Freightliner in Vegas doesn't have it. Freightliner in Salt Lake City doesn't have it. They don't have it. The guy's like, we can't do it. I'm like, man, I need AC, man. So anyways, Jeff, being the guy he is, he's like, well, I can try something, but I'm not going to guarantee it's going to work. I said, it's a roll of dice, right? So we roll the dice, and it works. I guess there's like 300 psi going through the AC system. So anyways, he says, man, it worked. And we were high-fiving. Oh, yeah, fucking chest bumping and shit. Woo, woo. No, we weren't chest bumping, but we were high-fiving. So anyways, Mr. Clyde and I roll out around 6 o'clock, Parowan, Utah time. Now, I'm still 477 miles away from Parowan, Utah to Phoenix, Arizona. And I got to get there by 4:45. Shouldn't be a problem. And I got to stop for fuel in Boulder City, Nevada, because they got cheap fuel there. And with the price of fuel, obviously, you should always be looking at fuel prices. So even if you have just a regular automobile. So we start rolling, and I'm stressed. I'm like, man, I'm probably going to end up getting to the delivery and with like an hour and a half to spare. Now, I was supposed to tarp this load, and I didn't. Because when I picked up in Athol, the guy's like, well, I don't know if you have to tarp it or not. It's lumber. I'm in a dry area. I'm not going to fuck. Now, had it been in the wintertime, and I was going through like Wisconsin, Minnesota, anywhere where it was rainy or snowy, I would have tarped it. But I'm in all dry climates, so I'm like, nah, man, I'm not tarping this shit. So now I'm good, because I'm like, man, at least now I can, because I got to be to the next pickup in Fontana, California yesterday by noon to pick up this racking, because that's what I told the broker, and deliver tomorrow. So I go ahead and Clyde and I get to the AC's working, which is great. The thermostats were fucking put in. Everything was great. The truck's running like 190, 180 degrees. But the guy told me that, and I had him do the temperature sensor. So if your truck is having a temperature issue, get your thermostats done and get your temperature sensor done at the same time, because they have to drain the coolant down to a certain level. I had them drain the whole entire system and then put a new AC filter on. Thank God I did, because the AC, or the coolant filter housing was loose, and the guy's like, he did like 7 or 8 turns on each bolt. He's like, dude, that was really loose. So I guess things happen for a reason. So anyways, so when you do your thermostats, make sure that you do your temperature sensor as well. And I can pop the hood if you guys leave a comment and ask me where your thermostats are. I could have did it at the shop, but I'm not at the shop. And if I don't get the thermostats done and they go like, I mean, they were shabby. The guy's like, your sensor's reading about your truck will shut down at the boiling temperature state, I guess. Like, and I've had that issue where the truck literally dies. And once that sensor tells the truck, hey, you're at your maximum operating heat area, this is like a no-go, mayday, 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 it shuts down the truck. However, you could have moisture in, and this is per the mechanic, and Jeff knew his shit. And maybe Josh, you can verify it or not. But anyways, so he says that if you have, because you have moisture in your coolant system, right? If that sensor is reading the moisture, it thinks it's coolant, and it's not. So he said, in actuality, that the thing could just be reading moisture, like the mist or the moisture in your moisture. I hate that word, moist. Of the whatever, the moisture in there. And he said your block could be like fucking 300-400 degrees, like about to explode. And he said that's possible what's happening to your truck. If it was that hot in there, I mean, dude, it was hot, daddy. It was coming in hot, daddy. So, anyways. Leave there, boogie down to Phoenix. I get there at 2:30 in the morning, and I unstrap. I get ready because I want them to think, hey, the guys. So when they pull in, because they open at like 4:30-ish, 4 o'clock, I think. So when they pull in down this road, it's only one road, that they see my truck there, and it looks like I've been there for overnight, like I just pulled my tarps, and I unstrap. So I unstrap the whole entire load. I leave my straps on the deck with my bar and everything, so it looks like, oh, the guy just put away his shit, and it worked. Pull up, blah, blah, go in there, check in. So she goes, yeah, just pull in. I see you're untarped already. Just go. So it worked. So I was able, thank God, because I was running on fumes at this point. So by the time I get empty at around 6 a.m., 5:45-ish, now I've been up almost 24 hours because I got up at 7 o'clock with Mr. Clyde on Sunday in Parowan. And I roll down to Phoenix. Thank God I didn't have to untarp, because that would have taken me for a while. And I'm running on fumes. So, and when we got there at 2:30, I had to unstrap and then take him out, play with him, because he's just sitting in the truck, man. The truck really isn't a place for a puppy dog, man. It's really not. But I love the little guy. And when Sarah and I got together for Mother's Day in St. Louis, I had an issue. I can tell you guys if you're interested. So, and that's how he ended up coming back on the road with me. So, anyways, so I boogie over to Fontana. I do get there at noon yesterday. I load. The guy's sitting there on his fucking phone forever. Like, it took me like 3.5 hours to load this racking because the dude's on his fucking phone. I was so mad. Anyways, whatever. So now I got traffic to deal with, so I roll up here. Oh, so when I get to Phoenix, this is when my truck's back in the shop. When I get to Phoenix, the AC was running. We weren't running because it was a really cool night, so I wasn't running it. I ran it when we left there because it was warm in Parowan, but at night when the sun went down, it was a little cool, so I didn't run it. We get over to Phoenix, and I had to back up and kind of do a T-back to back down this one-way road. And all of a sudden, it's like a real funky smell, and I got like a real fine mist in the truck. I'm like, what the hell? I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me that fucking line blew. Yep. Stop the truck. Once I get to where I back up to, open the hood, I got green shit Freon all over the side of the truck. Fucking line broke. What are you gonna do, man? Sometimes, it rolls the dice. Sometimes you're successful and sometimes you fail. This happened to be a fail. So I will tell Jeff, because he's like, man, I'm going to do that and again in the future if I have to. So he's off today and tomorrow. So I'll call him on Thursday in Parowan at the TA and tell him, dude, don't try with another truck. It won't work. So anyways, but the plan was initially, when I knew I had an AC problem, I didn't know I had the AC line problem, but I knew I had an AC problem. Well, my guy Jose here in Barstow, he does me so well that I always like to do business with him and save a dollar, right? So the plan was, I already knew I was delivering to Phoenix and picking up in Fontana and coming through Barstow to get up to Huntley, Montana. So that was the plan, to get here so I could generate business for him, but also save money. And I know exactly what he charges I didn't know it needed to be recharged, but just in case, the AC. But so now I'm like, you got to be shitting me. And it was hot in California yesterday coming up here. So he has an old, not that one right there, but the one on to the right of it. He's got an old Freightliner here. And that's the reason why I wanted to get up here, because he's always got like old truck parts and stuff. So I figured, well, if something is wrong with the AC, he could probably swap it, or he has a part off another truck. And he did. So when I told him, I said, hey, I see you got that Freightliner there. It's a Columbia, not a Century class. And what happened was, like I said, when Jeff tried, and it wasn't his fault, he tried to make it happen. So sure enough, Jose, I said, hey, is there one on that truck right there I can get? He goes, yep. So anyways, so by the time they were done with the truck, and I had a couple out visor lights, and I didn't have any wire left because I had to wire my trailer lights. So it's just been anyways. So by the time they were done, and then I had them look at, I got a bad motor in my power window on the passenger side. If I hit the switch right here, it doesn't put down the window or that switch there. So anyways, so by the time they get done with the truck, and then he ends up eating a rock. That's why we had fucking Rock 101 this morning. So he threw up, and then I had to bathe him, and then it was a nightmare the whole day, and the day before. So by the time I went to bed, I think it was like 11 o'clock last night. So I've been up for 40 hours ish. So I said to myself, fuck this load. I mean, if I don't see it being pressing for shelving, I'm still going to try to get it there tomorrow. I'll roll all the way through the night here once Jose gets here, because I didn't pay my bill, or I couldn't pay my bill last night because they were working on another truck, and then I'm waiting for him, and then while I'm cleaning up Mr. Clyde, and I had a beer and a cigarette, and anyways, yeah, I do smoke, but not a lot, but I do, and which is still too much. But anyways, next thing you know, they're shutting off the lights in the shop, and I'm like, all right, I guess I wasn't planning on boogieing out of here at 5 a.m. anyways. I'm just taking my time getting up and everything, because I was up for 40 hours. So that's trucking, though. I don't know if you guys ever saw the movie Blood Diamond, where they say this is Africa or whatever, like this is Africa with TIA or whatever. This is Africa, or that's whatever it is, but with Leonardo DiCaprio. So Josh and I were talking a couple weeks ago. I said, this is tit. Big, fat, ugly, nasty, saggy tit. This is trucking. And I think so far the tallied up wage or amount that I have being in the shop now, minus Jose's bill. And I bought some door seals. My door seals on this truck are really shabby, and I can't get them. So on that one, they were really good. So I'm adding a couple door seals to the thing or whatever, and this and that. So probably be $500-600, I'm sure. But with the Parowan, Utah bill, that was $1,052. And I told my wife Sarah, hi baby, I love you, that I said I figured it'd be about $1,000, and I was off a little bit. So this one's probably gonna be about $600 is my guess, and I'll let you guys know in the next video what it was. But I'm pretty good at pricing stuff like that. I guess some people are lucky in the lottery, and I'm lucky at guessing what our bills are gonna be at the repair shop. I'm so blessed. So anyways, I'm waiting for Jose. I didn't see him roll in here yet. His brother already opened the shop and everything, and I'm just over here gabbing. But so I think my tally so far, minus Jose's bill, it's like $1,500 for everything, because the manifold that I had put in was $1,700, and I know $1,553, and I guess that one at $1,500. So, and then with the air bullshit and this and that, and the PM and everything else, and so I think this is probably going to be, this trip out is probably going to, hopefully, because I need 2 drive tires. I only have 2 more tires on my tractor that I have to replace, and everything is pretty much brand new. Oh, but I had a DOT inspection, and they didn't put me out of service, and they didn't give me a citation, but I did get a warning for a brake chamber on my tractor. So I had a brake chamber put on the trailer. I had a brake chamber put on the tractor. An AC issued, fixed now twice, filled now twice. Parts, blah blah blah, this and that. So we'll see. I think it's probably going to be, if I don't have to get these 2 tires on this trip, $6,100 or something like that, and I'll be out for another few weeks. So tit, man, this is trucking. But anyways, I just want, and I didn't even get to the point of the video. I'm over here fucking gabbing, but that it just tells you how crazy trucking is, right? So and the things, but all we do is drive. That's all we do. We just drive. That's all us truck drivers do. I guess that's why they get called truck driver, because that's all we do is drive, right? Yeah. I would love to have somebody that says that roll with me for a trip out and tell me all I do is drive. You'll want to slap yourself. But anyways, now I'm just gabbing. I hope this video finds you well. I will do another video right after this one. I got to go across the street and get the equipment washed at sisters or sissies, truck wash, they do an amazing job. They're pricey, but they do an amazing job. Them damn Mexicans, boy, they do their work. Just kidding. That was very racist. But anyways, and I got, hey Jose, I know my brother's gonna be watching this video. I love you. He's Mexican. So anyways, I just kid, man. I just kid. But anyways, so it's it's gonna be another long night or whatever the case is. But I'm gonna do another video right after this, and I'm gonna label it positive out of a negative, or swing a positive out of negative, and you guys will see the video. But anyways, just wanted to give you guys an update, man, where Kurt and Mr. Clyde are at, and the time machine, where we're at. And yeah, so it's but that's why I love trucking, man. I absolutely, but I'm a sick person. I love this job. But I hope this video finds you well. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Ciao.